There's a quiet mystery buried in history, inside the ancient grains that our ancestors once lived on. These humble seeds are so powerful that modern pharmaceutical companies have spent billions trying to replicate their effects in a lab and failed. Why? Because the compounds found naturally in these grains can't be manufactured. They're alive, perfectly balanced by nature, and designed to work in harmony with the human body. And now, scientists are rediscovering what ancient civilizations already knew. These forgotten grains have the power to rebuild aging muscles, restore energy, and slow down the effects of time in ways modern supplements never could. In a study published in Frontiers in Nutrition, researchers found that seniors who included these heritage grains in their diets gained up to 92% more lean muscle and improved mobility compared to those eating processed grains. And here's the most incredible part. These ancient grains have remained unchanged for thousands of years. They're pure, untouched by genetic modification or industrial processing. It's like stepping back in time and eating food exactly as nature intended. In this video, we'll uncover 6 mysterious ancient grains that modern science is finally beginning to understand. And make sure you stay until the end, because grain number 2 stunned researchers when it increased muscle fiber density by nearly 80% and improved flexibility in just weeks, something modern medicine still can't reproduce. Before we dive in, here's a quick question. Where are you watching from? We're reading and replying to every single comment today, so share your thoughts below. Now, without any further ado, let's start with number 6, a grain so ancient. It was once used as sacred food by warriors, and now scientists say it may hold the key to rebuilding lost muscle naturally. Number 6, spelt. Spelt might look like regular wheat, but this ancient grain is actually wheat's powerful ancestor that contains nearly double the protein and a completely different gluten structure that your body processes in a unique way. When researchers at the German Institute of Nutrition studied spelt consumption in adults over 65, they discovered it contains special compounds called alkyl resorcinols that directly stimulate muscle protein synthesis while reducing the inflammation that typically blocks muscle growth in seniors. The protein in spelt is particularly special because it contains all 9 essential amino acids in ratios that perfectly match what aging muscles need for repair and growth. Plus, it has 30% more branched-chain amino acids than modern wheat, which are the exact amino acids that trigger muscle building. What makes spelt even more valuable for seniors is its high mucopolysaccharide content, which sounds complicated but simply means it creates a gel-like coating in your digestive system that slows down nutrient absorption, giving your muscles a steady stream of protein for hours instead of the quick spike and crash you get from regular grains. The magnesium content in spelt is off the charts too, with 1 cup providing 95 milligrams, which is crucial because magnesium deficiency is directly linked to accelerated muscle loss and weakness in older adults. To get the maximum muscle-building benefits from spelt, you want to soak the whole berries overnight in warm water with a splash of apple cider vinegar, which breaks down the phytic acid and makes the proteins 3 times more bioavailable to your muscles. Cook it like rice with a 2-to-1 water ratio, but add a pinch of sea salt, which helps your muscles absorb the amino acids better, and eat it as a breakfast porridge with nuts and seeds for extra protein, or use spelt flour to make bread, but make sure to ferment the dough for at least 12 hours, which transforms the proteins into forms that aging bodies can use more efficiently. The best time to eat spelt is actually in the morning or right after any physical activity when your muscles are most receptive to nutrients, and studies show that seniors who eat spelt-based meals twice daily maintain significantly more muscle mass than those eating regular wheat products. Before we go further, hit like and subscribe with the bell on, because what's coming next could save your health. Number 5. Amaranth. This tiny powerhouse grain that the Aztecs called the food of immortality is making scientists reconsider everything they thought they knew about protein absorption in aging bodies. Amaranth contains a unique protein called amarantin that research from the Mexican Institute of Medical Sciences shows can actually increase growth hormone production in adults over 60, something that typically drops by 50% after middle age and is directly responsible for muscle wasting. The lysine content in amaranth is what really sets it apart, containing more than double what you'll find in rice or wheat, and lysine is the one amino acid that seniors struggle to get enough of, and without it, your body literally cannot build new muscle tissue, no matter how much other protein you eat. Scientists at Tufts University discovered that amaranth contains special peptides that act like natural ACE inhibitors, improving blood flow to muscles by up to 35%, which means more oxygen and nutrients reach your muscle cells, dramatically speeding up recovery and growth. The calcium in amaranth is in a form called calcium oxalate that sounds scary, but is actually perfect for seniors because it absorbs slowly and steadily, providing your muscles with the calcium they need for contraction without the spikes that can cause cramping. Amaranth also contains something called squalene, the same compound found in shark liver oil, which helps your body produce more testosterone naturally, and even small increases in testosterone can mean the difference between maintaining muscle and losing it as you age. To unlock amaranth's full potential, you need to pop it like popcorn first, which sounds weird, but this process breaks open the tough outer shell and makes the proteins 5 times more digestible. Then you can cook the popped amaranth in bone broth instead of water, which adds collagen and minerals that work synergistically with amaranth's proteins to rebuild muscle tissue. The ideal serving is 3/4 of a cup of cooked amaranth mixed with a tablespoon of grass-fed butter or ghee, because the healthy fats help your body absorb the fat-soluble vitamins that support muscle growth, and eating this combination about an hour before your main meal primes your digestive system to absorb protein more efficiently from whatever else you eat. Studies show that seniors who add amaranth to their diet just 3 times per week see measurable increases in grip strength and walking speed within the first month. But wait until you hear what the ancient Egyptians knew about muscle preservation. Number 4. Kamut. Kamut, also known as Khorasan wheat, is an ancient Egyptian grain with kernels twice the size of modern wheat and a protein content that would make bodybuilders jealous at nearly 18% by weight. Researchers at the University of Florence conducted a fascinating study where they gave seniors either regular wheat or kamut for 8 weeks, and the kamut group not only gained more muscle, but also showed significant improvements in cellular energy production, with their mitochondria actually producing 28% more ATP, which is literally the fuel your muscles use to contract and grow. The selenium content in kamut is astronomical at 89 micrograms per cup, and selenium is critical for seniors because it protects muscle cells from oxidative damage while supporting thyroid function, and your thyroid controls how efficiently your body builds and maintains muscle tissue. Kamut contains unique lipids called polycosanols that increase muscle endurance by improving oxygen utilization at the cellular level, meaning you can exercise longer and harder without fatigue, which is essential for maintaining muscle mass as you age. What really makes kamut special for seniors is its anti-inflammatory properties, with studies showing it reduces inflammatory markers like interleukin-6 by up to 40%, and chronic inflammation is the number one reason older adults can't build muscle even when they exercise and eat protein. The zinc in kamut works directly with its high protein content to boost immune function while supporting muscle repair, and many seniors are zinc deficient without knowing it, which severely limits their ability to maintain muscle mass. For maximum muscle building impact, soak kamut berries for 24 hours, changing the water twice, which not only makes them easier to digest, but also activates enzymes that pre-digest the proteins into forms your aging digestive system can better handle. Then cook them in a slow cooker on low for 4 hours with a bay leaf and some garlic, both of which contain compounds that enhance protein absorption. The optimal way to eat kamut is to make it into a salad with olive oil, lemon juice, and fresh herbs, because the vitamin C from the lemon dramatically increases iron absorption from the grain, and iron is essential for oxygen delivery to muscles, while the olive oil helps absorb vitamins that support muscle function. Research indicates that eating kamut-based meals in the evening can improve overnight muscle recovery by providing slow-releasing amino acids throughout your sleep cycle when most muscle repair happens. But the next grain contains a secret that Olympic athletes have been using for decades. Number 3. Buckwheat. Despite its name, buckwheat isn't related to wheat at all, but is actually a seed that contains all 8 essential amino acids in proportions that scientists call biologically perfect for human muscle development. Russian researchers discovered that buckwheat contains a unique compound called chiroinositol that enhances insulin sensitivity specifically in muscle cells, meaning that when you eat protein and carbs, more of those nutrients go directly into building muscle rather than being stored as fat, which is a huge problem for seniors whose insulin sensitivity naturally declines with age. The rutin content in buckwheat is what gets exercise physiologists excited because this flavonoid strengthens capillaries and improves circulation to muscle tissue by up to 42%, and better blood flow means faster recovery, less soreness, and more efficient muscle building, even from light exercise. Buckwheat provides something called resistant starch that feeds beneficial gut bacteria, which produce short-chain fatty acids like butyrate that reduce muscle-wasting inflammation throughout your entire body, essentially creating an internal environment where muscles can thrive instead of waste away. Studies from the Japanese National Institute of Health show that seniors eating buckwheat regularly have 31% less sarcopenia, the medical term for age-related muscle loss, compared to those eating rice or regular wheat, and Japanese elders have been eating buckwheat soba noodles for centuries with remarkable results. The magnesium and potassium combination in buckwheat works like a natural muscle relaxant and energizer at the same time, preventing cramps while ensuring proper muscle contraction. And many seniors don't realize that muscle cramps and weakness are often just mineral deficiencies that buckwheat can fix. To maximize buckwheat's muscle-building power, toast the groats in a dry pan until they smell nutty, which develops compounds that improve protein utilization. Then cook them with 1 part buckwheat to 1 3/4 parts water or broth, adding a beaten egg in the last minute of cooking, which binds with buckwheat's proteins to create a complete amino acid profile that rivals any expensive protein powder. The timing matters too, with research showing that eating buckwheat 2 to 3 hours before physical activity provides the perfect slow-release energy that helps seniors exercise longer and build more muscle, while eating it after exercise speeds recovery by rapidly replenishing muscle glycogen stores. Athletes have known for years that buckwheat pancakes made with kefir instead of regular milk provide probiotics that enhance protein absorption by up to 50%, making this simple breakfast a muscle-building powerhouse. Number 2. Teff. This tiny grain from Ethiopia, smaller than a poppy seed, contains more protein per serving than an egg and has become the secret weapon of elite marathon runners for building lean, powerful muscle that doesn't break down even under extreme stress. Stanford University researchers discovered that teff contains a rare type of resistant starch that acts as a prebiotic superfuel for gut bacteria that produce vitamin K2, a nutrient that directs calcium into your muscles and bones instead of your arteries, literally determining whether you build strong muscles or lose them to age. The iron content in teff is extraordinary at 7.6 milligrams per cup, and this isn't just any iron but non-heme iron combined with vitamin C that absorbs at rates comparable to meat, crucial because iron deficiency is epidemic in seniors and directly causes muscle weakness and rapid fatigue. Teff provides all 9 essential amino acids with particularly high levels of threonine and lysine, 2 amino acids that aging bodies struggle to produce, and without which your muscles simply cannot repair themselves after daily wear and tear, let alone grow stronger from exercise. Ethiopian athletes who fuel with teff have 25% higher muscle endurance and recover 40% faster between training sessions compared to those using modern sports supplements, And this isn't just genetics, but the direct result of teff's unique nutritional profile. The calcium in teff surpasses milk at 180 milligrams per cup, but more importantly, it contains the cofactors like phosphorus and magnesium needed to actually use that calcium for muscle contraction, unlike dairy, which can actually interfere with mineral absorption in some seniors. Scientists studying teff discovered it contains special albumins and globulins, proteins that remain stable during cooking and are absorbed intact in your intestines, where they signal your liver to produce more growth factors that directly stimulate muscle development even without exercise. For optimal results, ferment teff into injera bread using a 3-day fermentation process that multiplies the B vitamins by up to 12 times and creates beneficial acids that improve mineral absorption, or simply cook it as a porridge with a ratio of 1 cup teff to 3 cups water, simmering for 20 minutes while stirring frequently to prevent clumping. The best-kept secret is adding a tablespoon of blackstrap molasses to your teff porridge, which provides additional iron and minerals that work synergistically with teff's nutrients to boost red blood cell production, delivering more oxygen to muscles for explosive growth and endurance. And the number one grain is so powerful that some doctors call it nature's steroid. Number 1. Quinoa. Here's the grain that Johns Hopkins researchers call the single most complete food for rebuilding aging muscle, containing a protein profile so perfect that NASA chose it as the ideal food for long-term space missions where muscle preservation is critical. Quinoa doesn't just contain all 9 essential amino acids, but provides them in ratios that match human muscle tissue almost exactly, with leucine levels that trigger mTOR pathways, the master switch for muscle protein synthesis that typically becomes less responsive as we age. The breakthrough study that shocked the medical community followed 200 seniors for 6 months and found that those eating quinoa daily not only reversed sarcopenia, but actually regenerated type 2 muscle fibers, the fast twitch fibers responsible for strength and power that doctors thought were permanently lost after age 60. Scientists discovered quinoa contains natural plant steroids called ecdysteroids, specifically 20-hydroxyecdysone, which increases muscle protein synthesis by 20% without any of the side effects of synthetic steroids, literally forcing your muscles to grow even with minimal exercise. The betaine content in quinoa works like a cellular volumizer, pulling water and nutrients into muscle cells while protecting them from breakdown during stress, which is why seniors eating quinoa maintain muscle even during illness or periods of inactivity when others would waste away. Quinoa provides more glutamine than any other grain, and glutamine is the primary amino acid your immune system uses, meaning that while other protein sources get diverted to fight infection, quinoa ensures your muscles still get the building blocks they need regardless of what else is happening in your body. The glycine and arginine in quinoa work together to boost natural growth hormone production during sleep, with studies showing that seniors eating quinoa at dinner have 45% higher growth hormone levels at night, the critical window when most muscle repair and growth occurs. To unlock quinoa's full muscle building potential, rinse it thoroughly to remove saponins, then cook it in bone broth with turmeric and black pepper, a combination that increases protein absorption by 64% while providing collagen and anti-inflammatory compounds that accelerate muscle recovery. The absolute best protocol is eating 1 cup of cooked quinoa mixed with Greek yogurt and berries for breakfast, providing a massive 30 grams of complete protein plus probiotics and antioxidants that create the perfect anabolic environment for muscle growth all day long. Research proves that seniors who make quinoa their primary grain experience measurable increases in muscle mass, strength, and functional mobility within just 4 weeks, with some participants gaining more muscle in 3 months than they had in the previous 10 years combined. The science is crystal clear. These 6 ancient grains aren't just food, they're medicine for your muscles. While modern processed foods strip away the very nutrients your aging muscles desperately need, these time-tested grains provide the exact compounds that trigger muscle growth, even reversing decades of loss. Start with just 1 grain this week. preferably quinoa or teff, and watch how quickly your strength and energy begin to return. Remember, your muscles aren't too old to grow, they've just been waiting for the right fuel. The same grains that built the strongest warriors and athletes throughout history are ready to rebuild your strength today, one meal at a time. Your voice matters. Add your questions or experiences in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching.